So the Daily Mail wrote an article yesterday. People that work for the Daily Mail put out an article yesterday talking about how easy it is for people to go on to Twitter and online and find jihadi manuals. Oh my God, the manual tells people to use a car as a weapon, as if you take away guns, and you take away knives, and you take away other things from them, and you tell them to there's still other things for them to use. They could beat you to death with a fire extinguisher or a hammer. What's the next step? We're going to ban cars, hammers, fire extinguishers, all blunt objects. We'll just ban everything because it could be used as a possible weapon at some point. Anyway, I'm already getting off track. So they write this article talking about how easy it is to find these manuals for terror on Twitter and online. So they spend maybe a little more than a third of the article talking about how easy it is and talking about the attack that just happened in London and, oh my God, terror, 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 be afraid. And then like halfway through this article, it ends and another piece begins. And the second piece is all about YouTubers and conspiracy theorists on YouTube who put out videos to make money. And who within hours, YouTube, this is quoting from the article, within hours, YouTube was flooded with videos saying that the attack was a hoax. Now, I'm not saying that the attack was fake or a hoax or scripted. Obviously, I think it was controlled. Things like that don't happen in the beginning of the season of Sacrifice in a place like that just by happenstance. Oh, I know, we've pissed off the Muslims, so they're really angry at us. Well, that's the story they're going with now. But it was, to me, just so happens to happen on 3/22, the beginning of the season of Sacrifice. 3/22, Skull and Bones, Fall of Man, Genesis Book 3, Chapter 22. This article was obviously written to demonize YouTubers, or demonize truth tellers on YouTube, I should say. So stupid, this article. And she goes off how there's ads by Netflix, and she names all these different companies, Netflix and 5 or 6 other companies whose ads pop up, in the Google AdSense, and how they shouldn't be allowed to have ads and make money off this type of stuff. This is hate speech. So now suddenly saying, hey, I don't think this thing is real, I think it didn't happen. And I don't fall into that camp. I've been saying for years that the people that automatically run to the conclusion after 30 seconds that an event is completely fake and nobody died and nobody was injured, it's all staged, and they use mannequins and they use it. Why would they use mannequins? They don't use mannequins in movies. They use better props than that, or extras, or better special effects. So why would the government use mannequins if they were going to employ some of these movie makers and all these other people to help them pull off these big events, right? There are certain events that it's like, okay, maybe they staged the whole thing, or maybe they staged a portion of it and they did need to use an actor here or there. But I'm not one of these people to believe that immediately after 10 minutes of, after an incident, suddenly it's all staged, it's all camera work. We have to stop with that, because now that, again, a lot of that stuff, a lot of the people that put that stuff out there are, some of them are controlled opposition, right? They're there to muddy the waters and make things look bad, so then the media can go and reference them when they do a story or they write an article, Daily Mail, for instance, right? So, and I don't know the YouTubers that they cited in their article. I don't know the YouTubers that they cited in their article, so I don't know if they're legit or if they're, if they've done any decent amount of research before they decided to come on YouTube, or if they, heard one story and saw one video on YouTube about the Illuminati and instantly were experts, which happens. So I don't know, but I'm not going to attack them. I'm not going to say anything about what they've put out, because I really, without looking into their accounts, I can't. But just seeing the article, I knew what it was about. It doesn't matter. They're going to pick, even if they're not controlled opposition, but they're just ignorant to more than the top 3 or 4% of information, right? And they only know that top, and that's all they're talking about. That's still enough for the mainstream media to go back and point to these people who don't know stuff instead of pointing to people that really do know things. Notice they never point to people like G. Edward Griffin or any researcher worth his weight in gold. Anybody else. There's so many I could sit and name people for like 15, 20 minutes. The point is they never really show or reference the people that actually could sit and just destroy you with knowledge and information and just destroy your perception of the world with that. And change everything, right? And open your eyes. They never expose you to that. No, they expose you to people like Alex Jones, who rants and screams and yells and then makes retractions later on and acts like a complete asshole on television or anywhere he goes. Right? They use people like that, or they'll focus on the people that don't know anything of what they're talking about or only have a slight understanding of it, so that then they can point to them and say, look, these people are nuts, or look, these people don't know what they're talking about. So there's that too. But the article itself is such bullshit. I'll put a little screenshot of it up here. I was going to do a screen capture video of the article, and then I realized if I did that, the Daily Mail would probably hit me with a copyright strike on my YouTube account, because I've had to deal with things like that before. Because the media doesn't like getting called on their bullshit. So yeah, Daily Mail lived up to its nickname, the Daily Fail, as my good buddy Kev Baker. Get better, Kev. Kev had a heart attack, people. Not kidding. Kev Baker from the Kev Baker Show. Good guy. He's going through some rough times right now. There's a GoFundMe over. I'm not sure where it is. I'll find the link and I'll drop it here. You can help Kev out. But he's a good guy. So anyway, much love to you, Kev. But as Kev would say, the Daily Fail. Daily Fail is right. They're demonizing free speech and information. What they're doing is they'll use these attacks, these little lone wolf attacks. There's always more than one reason they do things, but they'll benefit because their march towards a global conflict in the Middle East keeps going forward. But they also get to demonize things back at home, here. Speech and information sharing. The internet is a physical manifestation of human consciousness interacting with each other. It's computers talking. Well, it ends up making humans talk too, and it makes us connect on a different level. I mean, Facebook monitors you and does all this other stuff, but when people do connect with each other, at least people are using it for a good thing. If they get a chance to connect with one another. And they want to block all sorts of open, free communication, they being the powers that shouldn't be. They do not want you and I to talk. They don't want you to hear these ideas and maybe open your eyes and do some research yourself. No, they want the only information on the internet that's available to be as controlled as the information on their televisions, or on your television, on the screen that they control, their idiot box. They want the information that you see to be as controlled and contrived as the crap that you see on television, hear on radio, see in the newspapers. They want all the information that you get to be controlled. That's another reason that you see this going on. Remember, they don't just benefit one way. There's always multiple levels they benefit on, ladies and gentlemen. Think about that. Anyway, as I always tell you, be the change you want to see in this world. If you want this place to be a better environment, you want the world to be better, then you have to start making it better. Real change comes from within. Once you change yourself for the better, then you can change the world for the better. And I believe in all of you. I wholeheartedly believe in all of you. And I know that all of you have the capabilities of being the change and being the superheroes that you really are. I love you all, and I'll catch you all again soon.